About 10 minutes... Is this not on? Hello? Can you hear me? About 10 minutes ago, my wife banged her glass together over there and everybody started looking. It's not what you need when you're about to start a speech. It really isn't. Right, okay. So it falls on me to start things off, doesn't it? Okay. So I'm going to do the father of the bride speech. But for those of you who don't know me, and we're looking and thinking, Fiona's dad's aged really well. I'm actually her older brother, David. I'm standing in for Dad. Fiona and I lost our dad a few years ago, so it's my great privilege to be here. And thank you very much for asking me to do this, guys. It's a great privilege. I know he'd have been honoured to be here for you two, and I hope I can do him justice, all right? So I also know he would have been the proudest person in the room, but I also know, and confidentially with a microphone, he'd have hated doing the speech. So he'd be delighted that I'm doing it for him. So in my adopted capacity, can I say a huge welcome to all of you. Looking around the room, I know lots of you have come from a long, long way away, and I know Fiona and Chris are delighted to see you all here and share this special day with them, so thank you very much for coming. It's nice to meet many of you for the first time, and lots nice to see other people I haven't seen in a long time. Right. Now, for those of you who don't know, I'm actually a teacher by profession, and in true teacher style I looked up how to do a father of the bride, or in this case a brother of the bride speech, and there were some tips. The first one was not to drink too much until later. The second one was not to make it too long. The next one was to not be too embarrassing to the bride. So I won't tell you about Fiona's childhood stories. No, I really won't. I won't tell you about when she nearly severed a finger trying to fix her bike, or pretend to fix her bike, copying me when I was trying to pretend to fix my bike. Nor will I tell you about when she dropped a full pot of eye makeup down Mum's brand new cream stairs carpet. Nor will I tell you about when she was a little bit older than Jenny, she treated us all to a dance show. And while she was whirling and twirling around, a trailing scarf caught and wrapped around one of my mum's priceless items and ripped it to the ground. I can't possibly tell you about any of those. They're too embarrassing. Now, Fiona will always be a young person to me because I'm her older brother, so I'm going to share a few more recent things, okay, to show what kind of people she and Chris really are. They're good, don't worry. So as you recall, the country went into lockdown in March of 2020, which was a huge shock for everybody, all of us concerned. What many of you won't know is that due to my wife's health conditions, that pushed us into a shielding situation. And so that meant that me and my wife and my two children were basically housebound for months on end, which was no fun. And like everybody else, we were worried about how we were going to cope, what's going to happen to your food, medicine, work, those kind of things. So in all this uncertainty, one of my strongest memories, this is genuine, we were very unsettled. And then one day, Fiona and Chris and Loretta turned up whilst maintaining strict social distancing. I just want to add that in. Exactly. And they delivered a full-size sack of potatoes. And perhaps from my point of view, more crucially, a very large tub, catering-sized tub of crisps. They'd secured them from a local supplier who was handing them out, hadn't you? But they'd immediately thought of us, imprisoned. So it was only during that kind of thing that helped us get through it. And that's the kind of people they are. They thought straight away of us doing what we were doing, and they didn't think about anything else. That's what they wanted to do, was to help us out. So we got through because we got people like that in our corner. Now on to Chris. Welcome to the family. Now, many of you already know what a superb chap he is. And in my experience, he's always generous, honest, loyal, and patient. And these are all great attributes when you're getting used to being in the Lawrence family. He's got a great sense of fun, but he takes his responsibilities seriously. And I'm really sure that Laurie's going to finish off all of these ideas about him. So I'm giving you a vote of confidence now. All right?
Building a foundation.
That's it, absolutely. I thought I'd get in there nice and quickly. So I've got another brief anecdote to show you the kind of person that Chris is. So, as some of you might be aware, another sad story anyway, my lovely wife of 25 years, Ali, she sadly suffered a serious stroke, actually, in October 2021. Now, this was obviously a huge shock and very scary. And thanks to the ongoing COVID rules of the time, none of us were allowed to go with her to the hospital. And we had to wait for news about her by phone. So Ali was whisked away to Adderbrooke's Hospital, which I'm eternally grateful for because they saved her life, and their quick action will always be something I'll be grateful for. But then they decided to send her down to London, to Royal London, for an operation. Now, all of my family know that my direction sense is rubbish. I lose the car in Tesco's car park. She's agreeing. Yeah. In my traumatised state, there was no way I was going to find my way to London. There was no way I was going to find Ali again. And I was obviously quite traumatised. But I needn't have worried, because within minutes, Chris was on the phone. He was going to drive me down there. He knows London better than I would ever know it. And he was ready to do it. And this shows you what he was, okay, and what he still is, okay. He's just a good bloke who's there when you need him. Yeah. I didn't... Sums it up, doesn't it? Yeah. I didn't have a brother when I was growing up, but I've got one now. Oh. Genuinely, I have never seen Fiona so happy and content as she's been since you two got together. You make a fantastic couple, and everyone can see it. You are a happy and successful pair, but you take the time to share that good feeling with others. Well, everybody all around you sees it. And Chris, you're welcome to marry my sister anytime. Now, the last piece of advice I was given when writing this, for the father of the bride or brother of the bride speech, was to add some parting wisdom. This could be a sensitive issue, as much a question of taste as circumstance. Having been married myself for a quarter of a century, I thought about this long and hard. But in the end, I could do no better than paraphrase John Lennon. Love really is the answer. So keep talking to each other and enjoy the ride. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please, can you raise your glass and join me on behalf of my dad in a toast to the bride and groom. Bride and groom.
How's your dad?
Yes.
And for Dad. Cheers, thank you. Cheers. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Perfect.
Oh, thank you, David. No pressure now whatsoever. It's all right. I always knew I was going to crash and burn. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my wife and I would like to thank you very much for being here today. Thank you. You've travelled from all over, and it means the world to us, and we really are so blessed to have such amazing friends and family in our lives, and I hope you enjoy the day as much as we're enjoying it at the minute. Now, we all know this is second time lucky for us both, but believe but believe me, I am the lucky one, and yeah, I just want to say, if it wasn't for Susie, I probably wouldn't be the lucky one. So we need to all thank Susie for making this happen. It's where our journey began, and I've got lots to talk about you later on. But first of all, I've got a few thank yous. So obviously, you're just going to have to wait. It was always going to be extremely difficult giving a speech after David, who is professional in every sense of the word. Thank you, David. You could have dialed it down a little bit. That would have just been great. But you know what? Still love you. You're still my bro. But it definitely deserves the applause that you gave him. And thank you so much for the kind words. You have done yourself extremely proud today, and you've done the family proud today too. So I think David needs a round of applause. Again. Jackie, you look absolutely exquisite.
Yes.
Definitely. Thank you. You have made me feel welcome from day one, and I know it probably wasn't easy. Oh, yeah, we're back in. I know it probably wasn't easy when Fiona told you that she was dating a tradesman from London, because it's not what most mothers want to hear. But I'd just like to say and justify, I have my uses. You know, you give me little jobs around the house and that, and
You do.
hopefully, you know, I've got a fond place in your heart now. So, yeah, I'm always spoilt whenever I go round. There is always a bottle of beer in the fridge with my name on it, and sometimes there's a single malt in the bottom shelf of your fifth drawer. On the we won't go into that. We won't go into that. So that's later. And thank you so much for making me feel part of this family. I'd just like to say that you should be extremely proud of the job that both you and Peter have done, raising not just Fiona but David as well. You have taught them the values, important values like morals and respect, and you've done a fantastic job, and thank you so much for letting me have this lady to be my wife. It means the absolute world to me. So thank you so much. I wish Peter could be here with us today to see the legacy that you have both made, and it would have been an absolute honour to have asked him for Fiona's hand in marriage, and I'm absolutely gutted I don't get to do that. I know we would have enjoyed every single bit of it apart from the speech, obviously especially the food, and more food later, and maybe some food afterwards as well, because obviously big foodie, but we all are in this family, you know that, yeah. I believe he's up there smiling down, also with some absent friends who can't be with us, and those are important people that have helped shape my life and Fiona's life. And I will be raising 1, 2, 3, maybe even 10 glasses for them later on. So for all of those that aren't with us, we salute you, and we will be raising one for you later. Mum and Dad, your turn now. You have supported me through the years and always been there for me. You taught both myself and Nicola, my sister, to be understanding, respectful of others, and given me the strength needed to pick myself up when life has decided to knock me down quite a few times, but thankfully you were there to give me all of those skills. You never lost faith in me, even when I've failed or things haven't turned out the way I hoped they would. You gave me confidence and made me believe in myself, and I can't thank you enough for how you have helped get me here today. And your guidance and love will always be remembered and always cherished. I love you both dearly. Thank you very much. We'd like you to have a few little gifts that we've got as a sign of appreciation.
It's not a new car, is it?
Dad, I've already told you, you're not having the Golf R, I'm sorry.
Thanks, Chris. Thank you very much.
One for you, Mum. And one for you as well, Jackie. Thank you very much. Without, our wonderful parents and David doing a fantastic job, today wouldn't be the day it's turning out to be. So they all deserve a round of applause, so please give these guys a round of applause. Thank you. Okay, now I think we need to give a special mention to the bridesmaids and the flower girls, although one of them is sleeping at the minute, and the longer she sleeps, the better. See, we'll both vouch for that. But they have done a fantastic job. They look absolutely brilliant. And I know how much it means to Fiona for you girls doing your job and being here today and representing the family and all of you. So thank you very much, all of you, for being fantastic. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Izzy. So many of you have been part of our lives for decades, and that does make me feel quite old saying that, but it's true. Looking around, seeing some old faces, some grey hair, some receding hairlines. We'll not get into that. That's just the stress of living with 3 girls. Honestly, it's like a nightmare. Yeah, we are lucky with the friendship and the memories and the laughter that you have all given of us. And it's amazing that you're all there at a drop of a hat. People last night sending me a message, do you need anything? Do you need anything? Do you need anything? And we're truly lucky. We're so lucky. So thank you all. Yeah, it's quite humbling to have so many wonderful people surround us, and it does make us stronger, and it does make us feel like, you know, we can get through anything. So I think you all deserve a round of applause. So give yourself a round of applause, please. Stops me waffling on as well. Yeah, now I may get a little bit drunk later. Thank you. I know you're all going to help me, so it's fine. So it's all right. Muzzy was like trying to get me to do shots at the bar, obviously, pre everything. So it's all right. Love the black sambuca. Yeah, if I don't get a chance to personally thank every single one of you from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you once again for being here today, for making it a day that it should be. It's brilliant. I'm having a fantastic time so far, so really looking forward to it. To the staff at the Old Hall, can I just turn around and say what a fantastic job you've done creating such a perfect venue for us to have this special day of days. And like I said, the boys can vouch for me. I'm not an aggressive drunk. If anything, I will get soppy. You know, if I start singing to people that I love them, then that's it. You know, just get me out of here. Just, it's fine. Put me in a room, shut the doors, no lights. I'll be fine. Give me 5 minutes. Yeah, thank you very much to everybody at the Old Hall. Thank you so much to our photographers, to Gleb, to the florist, to the cake lady, to so many people that have made it what it is. This amazing woman has done a fantastic job with so many little bits and pieces that some of you won't get to kind of take in and see. We've spent many a late night watching Vera and all sorts of crap on TV and other bits and pieces. But you know what? Vera's fantastic. Although obviously Laurie's not convinced, but that's another. We won't. But anyway, on to this lady, because I'm waffling now. So you know you've got to get me off the mic here. So I thought this was only going to be about 6 minutes long. I think you lot were hoping it was only going to be 3, but here we go. Anyway, Fiona. That's you, by the way. Mrs. Defterios. Mrs. Defterios. Sorry, I should say that to the end. Glasses down. Come on, let's not get premature, everybody. It's my job. Fiona, firstly...
Get it together, come on.
Can I just say how stunning... Why was the mic drop right there? How stunning this woman looks. You do. Absolutely stunning, and I am definitely punching, but all of you knew that anyway. It's fine. You don't have to say it. It's fine. You have spent so much of the last couple of years planning our big day and looking at photographers and florists and wedding cakes and Instagram and other social media, and although for me it has been totally draining and everything, it's all worth it. No, it's all worth it. I'm not going to lie. At times I've zoned out. I've done the man thing where I'm just there. Yes, dear. Yeah. Oh, that'd be nice. Yeah. No, but I hope it's everything you've wanted it to be, because to me it's been above and beyond. It's more than I deserve. So thank you. You've been well worth it. And can I just say thank you so much for letting me do the one thing that I'm good at, paying the bills. We've spent 6 years together, and it definitely seems like a lifetime. Although it's not a bad thing. We've worked hard to get here today. You laugh, but you all know it's true. You all know it's true. We've worked hard to get here today, and it doesn't get easy just because you're married. Sorry, I've just seen my little girl over there, so I'm starting to get emotional now. It's all right, we'll give her a round of applause at the end. Our adventures along the way have taken us to many cities, a few countries, trips to the coast, multiple bars and pubs.
Yeah, okay.
Just a few, yeah. And there's so much out there for us, and I can't wait to explore them with you. You've had to learn how to deal with my stubborn Greek nature.
Yes.
Those boys know over there, they're laughing. Obviously, we've got the Greek contingency over there. It's a difficult thing, but I blame my dad. Also, my foolish love for Tottenham Hotspur Football Club, who continue to let me down time and time again. Honestly, can I just say, sort of April 2019, when Lucas Moura completed his hat-trick, and sorry, no, we're going to go past that. Sorry, it's fine, that was another part. I deleted that part out of the speech anyway, it's fine, no one wants to know. So me and Nick will be celebrating up there. So. You do. You always put up with me for my grumpy moods, and at times when I come home stressed from work and from the everyday grind, you always tell me it's going to be better, and I believe you, and that's just the ability you have. Your smile lights up a room, and your laughter resonates in my soul. You're thoughtful, passionate, intelligent, and empathetic, and you always put others first, and all your friends know this, and your families know this, and you are the true definition of Wonder Woman, juggling 100 things at once, running our household, dealing with the 3 children. Obviously I'm the third, of course, and I could not ask for a better role model for our girls. Although, can I just say that the swear jar is looking rather full at the minute.
I can't help that. I'm not faultless, am I?
Making memories with you has been such a blast, and you have the official titles of being my partner in crime, my drinking buddy, my bestie, and now my wife. We've only just begun, and the pages and chapters ahead of us are blank. I can't promise that the roads ahead won't be bumpy, or there's not going to be storms on the horizon. Hopefully not today, please, because I'm dying for a round of crazy golf. It's just... But what I can do, and what I will do, is be there for you every single day, holding your hand, trying to make our life a good one. It's all right. I thought there was a clap there. It's all right. I've peaked too soon. It's fine. You make my life better for so many reasons, and now you make my life complete. Ladies and gentlemen, please, could you raise your glass, or glasses rather. The boy from London here. It's not my mum and dad's fault. Honestly, it's me. It's fine. My dad is so well spoken as well. Obviously, those that get to speak to him later. Anyway, I'm waffling. Ladies and gentlemen, please could you raise your glasses to the love of my life, Fiona. Now, thankfully, I've waffled on far too long, and it's only right for me to hand over to the best man, who is already giving me some sort of signal behind, obviously, the girls that I can't repeat, because obviously, this is sort of early hours. It's post Anyway, he is an integral part of our family, and he really is a brother to me. And thank you so much for standing by my side today. Thank you for everything you've done for me and Fiona. We love you to bits. I'm sure he's going to be extremely compassionate towards me. He's not going to, at this point, I think I should all tell you that his favourite film as a child was Pinocchio. I'm just putting it out there. Brother, the next round of golf's on me. This one's on you. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the best man, Laurie.
Hello. Everyone hear me?
No.
Good. So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope everyone is enjoying a special day and having a good time so far. My name is Laurie. I am the best man. Not only am I the best man, I'm also Chris's brother-in-law, or big little bro, as he likes to call me. So I do need to tread carefully with my speech today, otherwise I'm going to get it in the neck from Nick. So I just need to be careful. So I'm just going to keep this very short, just like the groom. Now look, normal height.
Stand up at least.
Sit down. Oh, you already are. Right. So I am deeply honoured to be asked by Chris to be his best man today. The first time I was introduced to Chris was 19 years ago when I started dating Nikki, and I learned that his love for cars, golf and Red Dwarf, I knew then that we would get on just fine. If you know Chris, then you know that he's the most sentimental, kind, laid-back workaholic that you'll ever meet, and he will always put his family first. It is tradition for the best man to tell stories of the groom getting into trouble in his younger years. So if you want to hear about these, including the time when he woke up in bed with a traffic cone, you just got scared then.
I was thinking which one?
The orange one.
That one.
Or when he missed the celebration of the year 2000 because he was passed out drunk under a tree at 9 o'clock after a bottle of Jack Daniels.
No, Southern Comfort.
Oh, well, Nikki told me Jack Daniels, so.
Nearly right.
Then please find his stag boys. Now, boys, stag boys, stand up. Yeah, there you go. Right, stand up so everyone can see you. Yep. Okay, breathe in as well, maybe. So if you want to find out any stories, come and have a chat with these boys, and they will tell you all the stories, the true stories. Right, you can sit back down now. I'd like to congratulate the happy couple, Chris and Fiona, and say on behalf of Jackie, Maureen, and Greg. You listening, Chris?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to
How happy we are, and that you have found each other and found love again. Any of us like me who has been lucky enough to spend time in their company will know that how much of a great couple they are, perfectly complementing one another. How lucky we are not to only have Fiona come into our lives, but also the beautiful and clever Loretta. And not forgetting the whirlwind that is Genevieve, who I know has her daddy wrapped round her little finger. I think you all agree with me how beautiful the bridesmaids and flower girls look today.
Absolutely.
Hang on one sec, I'm missing a bit.
So I lost my way as well.
Yeah, okay. I hear Fee and her hens had a great time at the hen do, especially Maureen and Jackie, who were raving the night away. 2 a.m, dancing to Calvin Harris, with a sequin cowgirl hats and tequila rosé shots and glow sticks. And I think that was Maureen's first nightclub rave, wasn't it? Yeah, there you go. Fiona, I hope you don't mind me taking a moment just to say how beautiful you look today. Even though I pre-wrote that, you do, okay?
It's genuine, it's
Yeah.
sincere, yeah?
You've worked so hard over the last few months planning the perfect day for you and Chris, and all of us lucky enough to share it with you. I hope it turns out the way that you wanted. I'd like to end my speech today by giving Fiona and Chris a few words of advice. Firstly, some words of wisdom passed to me by Chris's much-loved Miss Nan Hilda and Grandad Norman the night before my wedding 13 years ago to Nick. Never go to bed on an argument.
Yes.
See, we live by that rule, and it works. Secondly, a good marriage is like good wine. It only tastes better. It only gets better with age. Sorry, that's the one off the website. That was terrible, wasn't it? And last but not least, set the ground rules, establish who is the boss, and then does everything that Fiona says. And so it gives me great pleasure to ask all of you to be upstanding, raise your glasses, and toast a happy couple. Here's to love, laughter, and happy ever after as Chris and Fiona start their new lives together with their girls Loretta and Genevieve. To the new Mr. and Mrs. Defterios.
Well done, guys. Love you.
Now, you can sit down. Oh yeah, I've got one more paragraph, just wait. I've got one more paragraph, just wait 1 minute. So now that the formalities are out of the way, please fill up your glasses, enjoy the rest of the evening, and I hope to see you all on the dance floor later. I think it's here. Is it? The dance floor?
It's nearby.
It's nearby, so you'll have to find it. Right. But Maureen and Jackie, get your glow sticks ready. Right. Cheers.